You guys, it's Karen and I have got a small Physicians Formula haul for you, haul and review, or first impressions review. This is now available on Feel Unique, and I don't think I've used anything from Physicians Formula before. I'm thinking because I did a couple of swaps years ago, and so I may have got something in there, but certainly nothing that I can remember. So I bought a foundation, blush, bronzer, eyeshadow and a mascara, and I've tried them all out several times. So the first thing to talk about is the Healthy Foundation. This is an SPF 20 with a brightening complex. And what colour did I get? I got the colour LN3. I don't know what the name of the colour is. Comes in a nice glass bottle. This has got a doe foot applicator, which I like, and some of you won't. I know that it was Clinique, was it Clinique that did one like this, and not everybody loved it, but I really like that. I think it's nice to be able to apply it with the doe foot and then use the beauty blender to blend it out, you know. So I liked that. I liked it when I first applied it. I thought, oh, this looks really lovely. It looks really flawless, you know. Let's see how it lasts. And it didn't last very well. I noticed after a few hours it was sort of really showing up my lines and sort of, you know, sinking in places and gathering, and it just didn't look very nice at all. But I thought maybe I'd applied it too thick because it just looked quite cakey. So I tried it the following day and just used less and used my beauty blender, and it was a little bit better, but it's got a kind of cakey look to it. I don't have it on today because I don't want to wear it again. You know, I didn't want to put it on just because I was talking about it. I think I do have a picture of me wearing it though that I can put in. So it was nice, but it just isn't one that lasts very well for me, and it just looks a little bit too cakey. Next, the eyeshadow. Unfortunately, this was a fail for me as well. I really liked the look that came out from this. It's a little quad called Smoky Plum. Doesn't it look beautiful? Yeah, I really enjoyed the look, the result of it, but it was very, very hard work. This is the kind of main colour I had on my eyes, and this one was okay, but the others were just so powdery. But then when I was trying to blend them, I'd just blend them out and they would disappear, and so I had to put a little bit more on, and so there was a lot of mess under my eyes. There was a lot of work blending, and there was also, you know, so much fallout, but it didn't seem to stick to my eyes. They just weren't that great. And yeah, like I said, I did like the end look, but I'm not prepared to work that hard. I don't think nowadays you should need to work that hard with eyeshadows, so they were a fail for me as well, I'm afraid. Let me show you something that I love so we can get away from me being negative. This is the Butter Blush, and this is in Rosy Pink. That's what I've got on my cheeks today, and I do love this. I don't love the packaging. I think it's really weird that these little things, there's one in the bronzer as well, it's like a sponge applicator, and I thought, you know what, don't judge, try it. But it just, as I suspected, leaves it in a sort of patch that you then need to blend out. I definitely need to use a brush. Oh, I didn't even realise there's a little mirror in there. But I would prefer sleeker packaging. You guys know I don't like big bulky packaging, and that's quite bulky for a blush, but the colour is lovely. It's really soft. It's the right amount of pigment. If you use a brush, it goes on, you know, there's not too much pigment. There's not enough. Sometimes you really have to work at blushes. It lasted all day. It can be built up. Really, really nice. Really enjoying the Butter Blush. Next is the Butter Bronzer, which I think is okay. I don't love it. It's like I said, it's got one of these. I haven't used this. Oh no, I did. Apparently I did try it. One of those sponge things, and I just think that's really, really odd. I got the one in light, I think. Yeah, light bronzer, because I think they've got a couple of different shades. And like I said, I like it okay. It seems a little bit orangey to me. It might not show up on camera as orangey, but definitely when I used it, it looked, yeah, I think you can see it there, can't you? Well, certainly I can see it in my mirror here, whether or not it reflects there as orange, but it definitely looked a bit orangey on me, so not a favourite one for me. But I like the formula. It's a lovely formula. It's very, very, again, kind of creamy. You don't pick up too much pigment. It lasted very well. You know, everything else about it was nice. I just didn't love the colour. And finally, I bought the mascara. How cute is this packaging? Isn't that really nice? It's got a little heeled shoe on a ribbon there. I think the packaging is lovely. This is the brush. You couldn't really tell too much from looking at the screen how big the brush was going to be, but you can kind of see that it's just an extension of the wand. It's barely any different except that it's got bristles on it. It's got plastic bristles on it, so it's quite a fat brush. So immediately I was a bit like, oh, I really like smaller brushes. I really prefer smaller brushes, but I'll give it a go. When I first applied it, I thought, it doesn't seem to have made much of a difference. I've got very short lashes. They're a little bit longer now because I use a lash serum. But I went in again and it definitely helps going in twice. You definitely need 2 coats of this. And what it did give was volume. I didn't feel like it gave any length whatsoever. It really is just volume. It's not clumpy, but it's not one that particularly separates. It lasted fine, it didn't crumble. Didn't smudge onto my eyes, nothing like that. I don't think this is one I will use, to be honest, because I don't want to have to use 2 coats just to get some volume and no length when I've got mascaras that I can do 1 coat and get volume and length, you know. So again, a bit of a fail for me, but it's not a terrible mascara by any means. So that's everything that I bought from Physicians Formula. I don't know whether I just chose the wrong items. I didn't look at reviews or anything beforehand. I just chose the things that appealed to me, or whether that's a general feeling. Let me know if you've tried anything from Physicians Formula, and this is the one I'd recommend. Try the blush. It's really, really lovely, and there's a couple of other colours. So yeah, that's everything for today. I'll tell you what I'm wearing makeup wise. I have got on the Laura Mercier Silk Cream Finish Foundation. I'll put the colour in the description. Or, you know what I've got on my cheeks? On my eyes is the Urban Decay Electric Palette. On my lips is, surprise, surprise, Stila Liquid Lipstick in Caramello. And that's everything. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.